Welcome back. Podcast time.
Well, welcome back to me. Why are you welcoming me back? We've just started.
Well, no, there was one like last week.
Oh, so you're welcoming me back from 7 days ago.
I think it was 6 days ago, but yes.
Well, welcome back to me from way back then.
I've been here all along, so you don't need to welcome me.
You live here.
I live here. But I mean, like, I've been here in America's basement all along.
Oh, okay. You haven't left the couch.
Yeah.
Except when you answered the door when I showed up this evening.
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm just sitting in my own filth.
Welcome back to you, listener.
Yep.
Thank you for tuning in to IRLnoobs once again.
Did you almost forget our name there? You're like,
No, I just said
noobs?
it wrong. I said it wrong.
Okay.
We have a lot in store for you this evening.
We do.
So
like
prepare
always.
yourself. It's the last show of the year. We're going to take... We usually take a couple weeks off for the holiday season.
We got holiday stuff.
We probably won't have a show next week.
Yeah, there's still going to be other stuff, though. You're not going to be completely without us. Don't worry. I know that would be just a horrible thing. It's like, oh, the holidays, but the IRL noobs.
I need them.
I need that. No.
My boys.
No one feels that way.
We will be releasing content. It won't be a podcast, but...
Maybe YouTube. Twitch.
Twitch. We'll probably have something up on our website. Maybe like a post or two.
I might even do a tweet.
You could do some tweets, some holiday live tweets. I know
live tweets?
Todd, you love to live tweet.
I've never done it, but I always have dreamed of it.
Oh, yeah, like you... I know.
It's one of my aspirations.
What is live tweet? What's this live tweet you speak of?
You want me to tell you what it is? Because I will.
I know. What?
It's when you have an event that you're at, or attending, or whatever. I guess if you're at something, you're attending it. It's the same thing. So you're at an event and attending it at the same time.
Uh-huh.
And as it unfolds before you, you tweet about the happenings. Like, let's say you're at a bar and you see some chick breaking up with her boyfriend. Mm-hmm. You could live tweet it where you basically just quote them and with your commentary and stuff like that over a series of tweets.
So, like, I'll role play the couple and you role play the tweets you issue.
So I'll be the live tweeter.
When I speak in a high voice in my falsetto...
That's the woman? Or is that the man?
No, it'll be the woman.
Okay.
Okay. So who's breaking up with whom?
That's up to you.
Okay, I choose.
You choose.
I choose this own adventure.
Yes.
All right. Babes, I gotta talk to you about something. What is it?
Hey, everyone, I'm doing a tweet. I need to come up with a hashtag for this event, too. Hashtag bar breakup. I see this couple. I think they're breaking up. Stay tuned for more tweets.
You only have 140 characters.
That was like 3 tweets.
Oh, okay. All right. Meanwhile, I need to talk to you about our relationship. What do you mean?
Hashtag bar breakup. She doesn't know what he means when he says about the relationship. There's going to be some talking.
Well, things just haven't been going that great between us. I know I can't be the only one who thinks this. Well, I mean, we have our differences, but we've always worked them out in the past.
Hashtag bar breakup. I think they're actually going to break up this time. They've had problems in the past, but this time it's for real.
Well, when we went to your parents' house in the Adirondacks last summer, you didn't talk to me the entire time. I think that we both saw what's about to happen coming. Oh no! Don't do this now! Not now!
Hashtag bar breakup. LOL.
I feel like you're not adequately narrating what's going on.
I'm still a novice live tweeter.
Well, I'm glad we're practicing now.
Yeah. Because maybe over the holidays I'll live tweet like when I open some presents or something.
Some gift unwraps.
Yeah, maybe like hashtag Todd gift unwrap. Well, that'll be the hashtag.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, hey, I got some socks.
Hashtag Todd gift unwrap.
Yep.
No, that's a horrible hashtag.
Do you have a better one?
Yeah.
All right. What do you got?
Like gift rip. Hashtag gift rip.
Well, it's got to be personalized for me, though. Todd's gift rip?
Todd. The Toddening.
The Toddening. Okay.
Hashtag Toddening.
Yeah, because you don't want to use too many characters.
Or Toddmas.
Tweet. Toddmas?
Yeah.
It's like Toddamus, but Toddmas.
Toddmas. Morning.
Hashtag Toddmas.
Toddmas morning.
Okay. So I'll be like, hashtag Toddmas morning. hey guys, I opened my paper, the wrap paper here.
Making it rain.
I tore
You
it.
should make it rain with gift wrap.
I'll tear it into little tiny confetti pieces and
Yeah.
just be like, woo!
I'm making it rain.
Making it rain!
Yeah. What did you ask for this holiday season?
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of tough. I'm 30 years old now.
Yep.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
And I'm at the point now where if there's something I want, I've pretty much already bought it for myself. Because, I have a job.
Your own income.
Yeah, I'm an adult.
I'm in the same boat, unfortunately. I have my own income, and I need to find ways to spend it.
Right, so like, throughout the year, it's like, hey, I want that. I just buy it instead of I'll put that on a list for Christmas stuff I want.
I feel your pain, yeah.
So I guess like some socks maybe. Maybe some shirts would be nice.
Okay. Yeah, the practical gift.
Yeah.
I'm along this... I go the same route. Because I feel like if you ask for a practical gift, it's something easy to find, so people feel okay about giving it to you. And it's just less money I have to spend on that item, and then I can use my income elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Like for video games.
For Vidya, primarily.
Yeah, primarily Vidya and guitar things.
Right. Yeah.
Those are my two main sources of spending. Oh, bless
Woo,
you.
Thank you. Sneezing. Yeah. I like, for example, this year, my big ticket item I asked for was a new non-stick pan.
Ooh, those are good to have. We just got new ones here.
Oh, you guys did too?
Yeah, our old ones were kind of falling apart, and so we just bought new ones. Like, yeah, Christmas is coming up, but we need them now.
Yeah.
It's my pan, and I need it now.
It's my pan, and I need it now.
J.G. Wentworth, 877 pans now.
Pans now. Yeah, ours are going too. I'm imagining that you got yours when you got married.
Yeah, we did, I think.
Ours were also a wedding gift.
Oh, and we got married not too long apart. Not too far apart?
Not too far apart.
Not too far apart from each other.
This is true.
In distance and time.
Oh.
Not too far in either one of those.
Yes.
So I guess we've had our pans for about the same amount of time.
About 4 to 5 years?
Yeah, so I guess that's the life expectancy, I guess.
On pans. IRLnoobs confirmed.
Yep.
Fact.
We did science.
Yep. Do you like my little high kick I did when I said fact?
I liked it. Too bad no one else can see it.
I know. It happened, though.
Audio only medium, unfortunately.
But yes, my big ticket item this year, we really need a new non-stick pan.
Non-stick, that's the way to go, I think.
It's time.
I hate when food sticks. So.
Well, it wears out after a while,
Yeah, it starts to get like scratched up a little bit. It might start flaking off.
The coating wears out.
Yeah, this reminds me of a story, actually.
Of Teflon coating?
Teflon coating story time.
.com.
Do you have any Teflon coating stories?
No.
All right, well, this is going to be a single time thing then.
All right.
So there's this girl I was dating way back, and her mom had this non-stick pan that was wearing out, and the Teflon was starting to actually come off of it in little flakes or whatever.
The, clear flake things?
Yeah, like they were kind of like that dark color, but like, little Teflon flakes. They weren't sticking to anything.
Those will give you cancer a little bit.
Yeah, so she had this pan, and she really liked it. I don't know if it was the handle or like the way it sat on the stove. I don't know. She loved this pan, so she didn't want to get rid of it, even though it's clearly time to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And so I was having dinner at their house once. I'm like, oh, thanks for this dinner. And I'm like, about to start eating it. I'm like, oh, there's pieces of Teflon in here. Oh, boy. So I push that to the side of the plate. Needless to say, I'm not dating her anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
That sucks. Well, anyway, roundabout way of saying... stay tuned to the IRLnoobs media, the YouTube, the Twitch, the Twitter, the website.
The live tweeting.
Even though we won't have a podcast for the next week or so.
Hashtag Todmas. I'm doing that.
We will be releasing content for you guys.
Yes.
This went on for way too long. Let's take a break. We'll come back with some actual gaming related news here on IRLnoobs.com.
Commencing countdown. Shuttle launch. T-minus. Astronaut.
So during the break, Rick suggested we go to T-minus astronaut. And I was like, oh, great, I got a thing to talk about. But apparently he did too.
Well, no, you go ahead.
I can go first?
You go.
Okay, just recently, I don't have a lot of details on this because I didn't look it up to get details.
Okay.
But one of those lander rover things on Mars found some methane.
Found methane
in one of the rocks that it drilled through.
For those of you who are dumbasses and don't realize why that's a big deal, it's because methane is an organic compound.
Correct.
CH4.
Chafor.
Chafor. It is one of the most basic organic compounds. Not like acid base, but one of the most rudimentary.
It's very rude how rudimentary it is.
It is considered to be one of the building blocks necessary for complex organic systems to arise.
Yes. So it's interesting.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
Although I don't know I'm not up on my astrobiological research. I did take a class in astrobiology.
That actually would probably be interesting.
It was very interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the presence of organic compounds, like the most prevalent ones that are found outside of our planet are ammonia, which is NH3, which is considered
NH3,
an organic compound. It's nitrogenous.
Ooh, nitrogenous.
It has nitrogen in it.
That's a cool word, nitrogenous.
And methane. Both are usually found in gas, although they can be liquid or frozen depending on conditions.
I know one type of gas methane's found in.
What?
You know.
Go ahead. You can have this.
It's a fart.
There you go. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
But I'm not sure if the presence of methane gas is considered to be like a remnant from life once being there, or if it just goes further to support the theory that life could be sustained on Mars.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a very significant find.
Do you think that the gas on methane came from Uranus?
Wow.
That's not my joke. I can't take credit for that.
Or do you mean the gas on Mars came from Uranus?
Yeah.
The methane gas on Mars? Okay. We all get the joke.
I wish I could take credit for that joke. I think it was Stephen Colbert.
Oh, he did say that?
It's a great joke. I just wanted to tell it. Yeah.
And ruin it.
Yeah.
Well, what I wanted to talk about actually didn't have to do with actual space.
Oh.
It had to do with...
What are we doing then?
Well, we've had a brief discussion about this, but I believe next year is the year of the space sim.
Oh, for 2015?
Yes.
Okay.
We have Elite Dangerous, which has just released.
Yep, it's going to be getting updates at some point, so...
Yeah.
There'll be updates next year at some point, so yeah, it counts.
Elite Dangerous is out right now.
Right now.
If you're interested, go get it. We've linked to it before from the podcast.
We have.
We've talked about it before. It is in its most truest form, it is a space sim with a multiplayer element. It is not an MMO, but what it is it kind of... it collects, I want to almost call it like metadata from other players.
Metadata.
So the things that other players do will affect like this overall universe that you're a part of.
Correct.
You don't actually encounter or see other players.
You can sometimes, but not very often.
Right, yeah, and it's just kind of like a novelty aspect of the game. It's
a player neat. Okay, bye.
Yeah. It's a single player game for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, pretty much.
But Elite Dangerous is out. It looks cool.
Jerry's been playing it.
Has Jerry been playing it?
Yeah, he's been telling me about it a little bit.
What's he think?
He thinks the graphics are freaking fantastic, which I would have to agree with.
Yeah.
It looks really good. He's really liking it. He doesn't really know how to play, from what he's been telling me. Mm-hmm. He said it took him forever just to go to the next star system because he didn't know what button to push.
Right.
Sorry, Jerry. I'm outing you here.
Typical Jerry. He sucks.
Typical Jerry. Jerry, we secretly love you. But no, yeah, he sucks at the game apparently. He says he likes it a lot and he's really trying to get me to buy it, but my one concern is there just isn't enough to do in it. Yeah,
I could see that. I mean, if you want a space sim to tool around with, Elite Dangerous is pretty much the best thing out right now.
Yeah, currently in its current state, that's a lot of using the word current.
That's all right. It's redundant.
It's currently in the current state that it's in. It's I've heard it described as basically Euro Truck Simulator in space.
Oh.
Pick up some goods, take it elsewhere.
Yep.
Pick up some goods, take it elsewhere.
Right.
Fire some lasers at that guy. All right, pick up some goods.
Is it in a beta right now? Or is
I think it's 1.0 right now.
It's full release.
Yeah.
Okay. So, it doesn't appeal to me, but some people like that. Mm-hmm. It's for them.
It would appeal to me, I think, if it were $25 to $30.
Sure, yeah. It's massively overpriced.
Yeah. For now, as they add more stuff, it may be like, oh yeah, it's worth it.
Space and space sim games are massively underrepresented in the current game market.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I think nobody knows how to develop for them. They kind of fell out of out of flavor for a while, just because when they used to be popular back in the day, like on early Windows.
Oh, like with the old Wing Commander games?
Right.
With Mark Hamill doing a voiceover?
And like on 8 and 16-bit systems, they were popular.
Yeah.
But when real, like, true 3D rendering became typical in gaming,
it became commonplace?
Right. Space Sims kind of fell out of flavor just because it's too much to render to have anything that looks halfway decent.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I think we're finally catching up to that, but now nobody really knows what direction to take the space sim or space flight market.
The space game.
Yeah. Elite Dangerous doesn't hit the mark for me. We had a big game debut last year, part of the X series. It was X3 Rebirth.
Rebirth, yeah. Jerry's also played that one.
Yeah, and I hear he didn't like it, and most people didn't like it.
Yeah.
It was, for lack of a better word, contrived. So it just felt like they were really, really trying to make everything more than it was.
Yeah. I didn't play that one either.
But the reason I'm calling 2015 the year of the space sim is because we also have 2 other games on the horizon that I know about right now. I'm sure there's more that are going to be pretty big deals. Releasing on the PC and PS4, already confirmed, is No Man's Sky. It is being developed.
That sky is for no one.
No.
No man.
It is being developed by Hello Games.
Can a woman have it?
Yes, she can.
Okay, because it's No Man's Sky.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No Man's Sky is an interesting game. A different take on the space sim. It's not like a true space sim, but it's a space sim type game.
It's a false space sim.
Sure. You pilot a ship, and you can buy better ships by collecting resources type of deal. There's an economy. You can get materials, gather, trade, whatever you want to do. You can make smuggling runs.
Can you punch trees? Do you have to punch a tree when you first start?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know there's an interplanetary police. If you break the law, they'll chase after you. They'll remember your face if you show up again later. The whole premise of the game is centered around a mystery at the center of the galaxy. There's a massive black hole, and as you get closer and closer, the game kind of gets more and more difficult. So it's kind of a race to get to the middle of the galaxy to uncover, essentially,
to see what's going on there.
What's going on, right? There's no real lore. It is part of a game series. There's only been 1 or 2 installments prior. I forget what the games were.
So this one's called No Man's Sky, right?
Right.
So maybe the previous one was like, this sky is for 3 people.
This sky is your sky.
Like, this sky is for a dozen guys.
This sky was made for you and me.
Yeah.
I don't know what the series was. I can't remember. But in the first game of the series, it was literally just the sim, no lore, whatever. The second series, there was like a DLC or something. I forget what it was.
Stands for downloadable content.
But it had like a little bit of lore in it, and now like the lore they're saying is discovered as you play in No Man's Sky. They're not really.
So as you go through it, you kind of uncover the story of what's
going on. It's a little bit more story driven than past games have been.
Okay.
So it's a race to get to this center of the galaxy. There's some big mystery that awaits you there. It's cool because they're really promoting the point of being able to fly around. It's an MMO with other people in space fighting, doing dogfights or whatever.
Oh, dogfights,
Come up to a planet in a solar system, and you can literally just go right down onto this
I saw a YouTube clip of some gameplay. There's no loading time whatever.
No, you just go.
And you just go in, and then you're on the planet. It's cool. It's a nice smooth transition.
The galaxies, I think it's a one galaxy rather.
It's okay. Even one galaxy is really big.
They say that you'll in a lot of these space sim type games, you'll hear the phrase procedurally generated tossed around. They say that
it's generated procedurally.
Right.
Yeah.
They say that the galaxy is procedurally generated, which to a degree is true. Procedural generation implies that as you travel through the game, it's like the landscape is populated based on an algorithm.
Yeah, there isn't some artist who drew every single planet in the game. It's when you get to a new planet, the game's like, oh, we got a planet here, let's run these equations and generate a random planet.
Right. That is true to a degree. However, the procedural generation was only done one time, and then that was exported for the game file, so that everybody
So everyone's will be the same.
has the same map.
Okay.
So when you see these space sim type games that say procedural generation, I don't know why they even market that, because it was just part of the development. I guess it sounds cool though.
It does. It's kind of a buzzword.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So don't think you're like getting something cool. It's like literally their job. So
Yeah.
not a big deal. It's gonna be cool though. The game looks neat. One thing that I'm not sure how I feel about is they say that it's the game has a multiplayer aspect to it, but when you join the game, you're assigned a random seed number, so you can be put into the game at any random location, and you have no control over this. And you might be placed thousands of light years away from your friend who you want to play No Man's Sky with.
Interesting.
And there's no way for you to get to your friend.
You can't say, no, I want to start at the planet next to the one he started on.
Right. There's no way for you to get to them until you like gather enough resources to get a hyperdrive, which is like apparently a pretty big deal.
Also, it'll take a while to get to that point.
Right. You can move at superluminal speeds, like
Ooh.
naturally, but like still, that's not going to help you. If something's 1,000 light years away and you can just go a little bit faster than the speed of light.
Speaking of light years, I just learned the other day that if you took a Rubik's Cube and if you took every iteration that you could have of a Rubik's Cube by mixing it up and lined them up end to end, it would be like 290 something light years long.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's a lot of different combinations of Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of cube,
A
man.
little off topic, but I thought that was a cool
That
little...
is cool.
But I don't know if that's true. I read it online.
But anyway, you get spawned into this game and you might never be able to reach somebody if you don't get the resources you need. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. Kind of sucks.
It kind of sucks, but also it's kind of like motivating. Like I want to get the resources and be able to like meet up with my people, form my group of close friends.
For my clan
You
here.
can get people on your ship, like have like a group of like 3 to 5 people, all like storing up resources, because part of the game is you have to manage like fuel cost.
Ooh.
So you can't just like go willy-nilly out to this planet. Like you want to like try to get some info, scout it out, make sure it's worth me going to this
Make sure
planet.
there's something there that's actually useful to you.
I have to spend $20 to get to this planet. There better be $30 worth of stuff on the planet for me to
at
get.
least.
You know what I mean?
At least.
Right. So that's kind of a cool aspect, and you can take people with you to kind of minimize costs and like.
And so you can kind of pool your resources a
Right.
little bit. Okay.
It's really neat. So
I might play that game.
yeah, I might too.
Is there a release date for that one?
That is supposed to be released in Q1 of 2015, so it's looking.
That's coming up.
At the latest, probably May. And it's probably looking like it will be May.
But
That game.
that would be Q2.
Oh yeah.
That would be half one.
April. I'm sorry. I meant April.
April is still Q2.
January, February, March, April,
Quarter is 3 months.
then March.
Okay.
The end of
We'll
whatever.
go with
fucking-
March.
The very end of whatever Q1 is March. Okay, yeah, March.
So sometime in 2015.
The other game that is contributing to the Year of the Space Sim is Star Citizen, and
That one looks good.
You know a lot about it. I know a lot about it. We've been watching it for a while. We've talked about it in the past.
It's been in development for about forever.
It's it's not even in beta yet. Looking online earlier this afternoon, I was trying to find some articles on when they thought the game would release.
What'd you find?
2016. So
Oh.
I think that's a very conservative estimate. That's for full release.
Not like a beta or anything like that.
The beta, it's going to be a pretty like full releasey type beta. I'm imagining.
Hopefully, yeah.
So I'm saying that they will be out in 2015. That's Robert
Space
Industries.
RSI.
Yeah. They're producing the game, and then what are they? CIG is the actual like acronym for the development company.
Is it? I don't know what that stands for.
I don't either. Craig Roberts is the guy, right?
Yes.
He's the one. He started CIG, which is the company developing Star Citizen.
Yeah, and that Roberts you may recognize from Roberts Space Industry.
Yeah, that's also
Yeah.
or Craig Roberts.
Is it Industry or like Inc? Is it Roberts Space Inc? Or is it
Industries.
Industries? Okay.
Yeah. But Star Citizen is going to be like the true space MMO. Like, this is the granddaddy. Like,
Ooh.
it's going to tax your system. You're going to need a good computer. It's only PC.
Don't worry, I have a good computer.
So do I. And the texturing is just phenomenal. Every single model in the game has been just poured over by artists. If you go onto their website, we'll link from the podcast. It's robertspaceindustriesnet, I think. I think it's a .net.
.com. We'll put a link to it.
You can watch videos they've been updating because they've been reaching like these Kickstarter goals consistently. They've raised over, I think it's $22 million.
It's like 22 or 23 million. It's a ton of money.
They by far in a way hold the record for the largest like crowd-funded project ever.
Yeah, and it's interesting the stuff you can buy with, or that would provide the funding. You can get spaceships that are like $10, and you can get spaceships that are like $350.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
If someone wants to buy me that $350 spaceship, Todimus Prime at IRLnoobs.com. Just sign it up to that one.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I was reading that the people who are getting these big spaceships, the way they're combating like the pay-to-win model is that all the spaceships are equipped with different amounts. Obviously, the larger ones have more of these like power plug slots. I don't know what they actually call them, but they're little slots that you have to equip like tools in, like lasers or satellites or
Some
drills for
scanners or
mining.
something. Yeah.
So like if you want your ship to be able to do anything, you have to put these things in the plugs. And it costs money to change them out, so obviously a bigger ship is going to save you money in the long run.
So
It's
you can
also
just put a ton on there, yeah.
right. It's going to be able to do more things at once. It's also probably a bigger ship can like hold upgraded tools to put in those slots. But if you don't have the money to fill those slots with tools, your ship can't really do anything. So it doesn't matter how big your ship is.
You can fly around and get shot at.
Right? Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's kind of a really nice way that they've accommodated the whole pay to win thing. The game is they've been working tirelessly to make the game very, very sustainable and engaging, but also not pay to win. So I'm excited to see what happens. If you go on their website, like I was saying before, because they've reached all these Kickstarter goals, they've been releasing videos and there's all these updates and you can see all these cool things. They talk with the artists, they talk with the development team.
Yeah, there's a ton of content on their website. It's pretty fun to poke around.
Yeah, I mean, they're close to beta. They're very close to beta.
I hope so.
I would say by late spring, they'll be, if you did the Kickstarter thing or you went on their website and threw some money at it, you will be playing the beta.
So would you say that maybe next year, let's go with July 17th, will I be playing the beta?
Yes.
You heard it here first.
By July 17th,
IRL
you'll
noobs.
be playing the Star Citizen beta. So those things are on the horizon for next year. 3 pretty big games. People have been watching them for a while. I poked around a little bit, and also the X series that we were talking about before is rumored to be releasing something new, either be a DLC for an existing title or a brand new game. So we'll see what happens with that.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
So Year of the Space Sim, 2015.
Yes.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back with more IRL Noobs.
.com.
The time has come to speak of MMOs. Grabbeth thine mechanical keyboard, thine multi-button mouse, and setteth up thy macros. The MMO moment with Todd and Rick.
Interesting news tidbit for you about MMOs.
Oh, feed me a tidbit,
Okay.
Papa Bird.
Here it comes.
All right.
You ready? You ready? You ready?
Yes.
Still? Okay. Earlier today, the World of Warcraft forums.
Oh,
one of
that's a
those-
dirty, horrible place.
It's something, yeah. It's a hell of a thing.
It is the grundle of the internet, the World of Warcraft forums.
It's one step above YouTube comments. Anyways, Bashiok, who is a Blizzard employee,
He's like a community outreach guy or whatever.
Something I don't even know. He works for Blizzard.
Yeah.
He posted a big list of changes coming to World of Warcraft. One of the things, he didn't say this is actually happening, but it's something they've been discussing, is changing up, adding a new way to pay for your subscription time with in-game money.
Oh, I thought you were going to say blowjobs.
I mean, maybe. He didn't say that that's not a thing that's going to happen.
In-game money shots.
The way they described it in this Grundle post that they made is it reminds me a lot of the CREDD system of WildStar. And what that was is that you can go on the WildStar website and purchase for real money some CREDD, which you then get as an item in the game. And you can then sell that to other players for a whole bunch of in-game gold. And then they can take that item that they just purchased and cash it in, and you get game time. You get like another month added to your subscription.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like they're thinking of doing something that's pretty much exactly that for the World of Warcraft.
What I hope they don't do, and this is why I feel like it failed so well, one of the reasons I feel like the CREDD system failed so hard in WildStar, they made a subscription $15 a month, okay?
Yes.
You know, it's the standard.
It's the standard.
They made the CREDD $20 a month.
Well, $20 to buy one.
To buy one CREDD. So one CREDD, you know, in the game represents 1 month subscription time. The problem with that is that the $15 a month model is already the marked up subscription fee if you are paying monthly. If you pay, you know, up front, like you get like the package of 3 months.
Oh, then it's like $14 a month or whatever.
Well, it's like 13, and then if you pay every 6 months, it's like 10, and then if you pay all year all at once, it's like $9 a month.
Something like that, yeah.
Right? So they stratify it even farther by marking up the in-game item subscription time. What I think would make it more successful would be if they would keep it at the same price as their already like highest tiered subscription time.
So keep it at 15.
And the reason I say that is players are liable to spend in-game gold for that because they are, I mean, in essence, players are already doing that. You know, like if you give me $15, I'll give you X amount of gold. You know, or if you buy me a game card and mail it in the mail. Like people in my guild used to do that all the time. They'd buy each other gift cards, send them in the mail, WoW gift cards, and then they would just like trade them a bunch of gold when they got it.
Okay, that's interesting. I never actually had anyone do that.
Oh,
That's
well, I was in a pretty hardcore guild, and it was kind of a common thing. And it's something players have been doing, and if they mark it up past that, I feel like players aren't going to like kind of respect the value of it as much.
Just because it's 20 or whatever. Yeah.
Right. It's like super expensive. It's going to go past the point where it's worth it to, even if you're a hardcore player with tons of gold, the $15 a month might be a lot of money to you, but if you have to pay so much more in gold than you could just pay $15, it's going to outweigh the cost.
Yeah, it's got to come out to a good price, otherwise people just won't use it.
Like the WoW economy in all things, like real money versus in-game money, is it's a good economy that works, but it's fragile, like all economies are. And if they introduce something like this and put it at a different price point, I think it's just not going to work. And that's my take on it.
It's interesting. I wonder if they're actually going to go through with it.
I think they will.
Because I know that they like their $15 a month times however many million people.
Well, they make the same amount of money, right? Because
that's true. Because the person that initially bought it to sell it to someone paid for it. So it comes out the same in the end.
I mean, they have the same amount of active players with subscriptions. They make the same amount of money.
That's true.
It doesn't affect their profit at all. Like some
basically,
people,
it's having someone else pay your subscription for you.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It really does. To do it. It just is kind of another nice feature. But I'm telling you that if they make it more expensive than the already, $15 a month subscription, it's not going to work out. It just will not.
Interesting. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. In other WoW news, I finally bought the expansion.
Yeah, we're playing that again.
we're both doing it. We're not happy about it, but we're doing it.
We're not happy, but at the same time, we're having fun.
Yeah.
So it's a weird. It's
See,
a weird
that's the thing. When I was playing it, I'm like, all right, like it's gonna be WoW. I know what this is.
You know what to expect.
But Todd said this on a podcast a long time ago. And,
Did I? What did I say?
And it's been my gaming philosophy ever since. We've never
I
talked
gave you
about
a gaming
it.
philosophy, and I
Yes.
didn't even know it.
Yes, and I've never told you.
What is
since
it?
you said it on the podcast. You said I go where the friends are, and I've held that very true. Like if my friends are playing a game, that's what I do because that's where I have the most fun. It doesn't matter how hardcore you want to be. It doesn't matter how whatever you want to be. If my friends are playing it, that's what I'm going to play.
You're just a social gamer.
I am.
Does that mean you just play, like, Facebook social games?
I play a lot of Candy Crush.
Yeah.
Age
of Empires.
Yep.
Some Mafia Wars.
Yep.
Farmville. Farmville 2.
Huge Farmville and Farmville 2 fan.
Yeah.
I have a Farmville tattoo. I'll show it to you sometime.
Really? Where is it? Is that on, like, your butt or something?
Not safe for work, sorry.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
But we've been playing WoW again. We've been getting into the expansion. We talked about it 2-3 episodes ago. I'm not going to talk about it more.
Everyone knows about that.
It's the same stuff. We're hanging
WoW.
out. It's WoW. That's kind of what we're doing. If you guys want to play with us, we're on the Whisperwind server. Whisperwind server.
On the Horde side.
Playing Horde right now. Hit us up on either our website on the forums, in the comments.
Just go into Orgrimmar and yell for us.
/yell.
We might, probably not, but we might see you.
I'm a paladin. I'm a blood elf paladin. My name's JC Penny. Todd.
That's true.
Todd's playing. What have you been playing?
It's a hunter.
What's your name?
I don't know.
Okay. Did you hit random?
I did.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. He just hit random and went for it, and now
that one looks neat.
and now we're like way balls deep, and we're like level 50 after a few days, and he can't turn back at this point. He's stuck with it.
It's fine. I don't really care.
It's like ZARILLE or
that might be it.
Zaril?
Zarille.
That's how we're saying it.
Zarille.
Right. So, yeah, we're on there. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, wrap things up for the day. I know this is going long, but we love
It's
you
fine.
guys.
It's fine.
It's fine.com.
Just let it happen.
.com.
Todd asks. Rick answers.
Are you ready for some answering?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Our first question comes from the user, midnight_trite.
Okay.
Subject is, worked really hard and received an awful result. How do you cope?
Okay, so this guy is somebody who has, he was assigned a task,
He tried and he failed.
and he tried really hard, and did not do very well.
Let me give you the deets.
Give me him.
I am really upset today. I've been working really hard, following every instruction in the book, and I did poorly in my exam. The grade was bad. It hurts my current GPA and my future plans. Having worked hard, I feel stupid and incapable. I'm trying not to go down on that path, and I just can't find a silver lining. How do you deal with such a situation?
Well,
It is exam time, isn't it?
It is exam
Yeah.
time. It is college exam time. You think it might be true that you studied and followed all the rules and did what you thought you needed to. You might wholeheartedly think that. It is not.
It is not.
Because the proof is in the pudding, so to speak.
Pudding, like tapioca?
Like,
Chocolate, maybe?
I was thinking paper.
Paper pudding?
White copier paper that you failed.
Oh.
It's
not as good as chocolate pudding.
It's easy to tell yourself you studied all the time, but you probably didn't. In fact, I know you didn't if you didn't ace this test. If you were studying all the time, it wouldn't matter if you were studying the right material or not. You would have gotten an A on this test.
Now, what if you were studying all the right things and you knew that, like, you basically memorized everything, you knew it all, and then you get to the test and it's one of those number 2 pencil Scantron things,
Okay.
and you're filling in your answers and you're shifted down by 1.
Oh!
What if that happened?
Man, I think you could take that to the professor, and they would probably
You'd be like, hey, look at all these. If they're shifted up 1, then
right.
Back in high school, there was a guy, I was in what class was it? It was one of the AP classes, like AP American History, I think. And he did that on the AP exam.
Oh, no.
And he completely bombed it. He probably would have gotten an A or whatever.
A 4.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 is how they grade it.
Is it? Yeah, he probably would have gotten the highest one.
4.
Yeah, he would have gotten the highest one.
That'd be 4. Next question.
I thought it was 5. I thought they were out of 5.
No, they're out of 4.
I think it's 5.
Okay.
I think it's 5.
Maybe it's 5.
The next question comes from the user PVCC Penny.
PVC Penny.
PVCC Penny.
PVCC Penny.
It's like PVC and C Penny.
Do you know what PVC stands for?
It's it's that plastic that they make pipes out of. Polyvinyl chloride?
Yes.
I did it!
Good work, Todd.
I did it. It's science, basically.
Basically.
So PVCC Penny has the subject of how can I keep up my drive?
What drive?
Well, let me just read the rest of it and you'll find out.
Okay.
I always start projects and fall out of them before they're completed. Not because I'm satisfied with them, but because I feel I won't do anything or take me anywhere. That was worded weirdly. Whatever.
You probably got tired of writing
Yeah.
that sentence and just wrapped it up.
Currently I'm learning to code Java, which has been a long-time dream of mine and also a means to getting a job programming. I'm barely 15 lessons into the basics and I absolutely love it. It comes naturally and it's super fun. But even so, I can't drag myself to keep doing them. I just don't feel that push anymore. How can I learn to keep that up? That inner push to keep going at something.
Okay, I'm actually kind of in the same boat as this guy.
Yeah, you've been wanting to get into a little bit of programming yourself.
I have been, but I've been actively doing it and forcing myself to.
Did you lose motivation after 15 lessons?
I don't know actually because I'm still doing it.
Sounds like you're better off than PVCC Penny.
I feel like the problem that you're having is you don't see the real application to what you're doing. So you need to stop and take a look. I mean, this is coming from a person who's literally doing the exact same thing that you're doing, okay? I'm also doing this. If the lessons become boring, try to write a program in Java, right? So do you have a compiler? There's some free ones out there, like BlueJ is a really good one for Java.
Like the bird?
Yeah, it's like it has like a nice debugger on it. It's great.
Yeah, it's free?
Yeah, it's just
like
like
free.
BLUEJ. You need
So
to,
BlueJ.
right. You also need to, for that to work, you have to download Java Runtime Environment, just like Google search JRE download.
Yeah, if you don't have it already.
You won't. There's like a separate, like the normal Java that's on your computer doesn't usually include the JRE.
Oh, that's true.
And sometimes if it does, like if you for some reason have it, it won't include like the developer plugins that you need.
So yeah, get that installed.
Yeah, so get that installed. Get JRE, get BlueJ on your computer because I'm guessing you're using something like Code Academy or some website that's teaching you how to code. Other providers exist, and get your compiler, get Java Runtime Environment installed and running on your computer. Hopefully, you're not using a Mac because learning to program on a Mac, like even if it's Java, even though that it's like the universal language, it's still bullshit to program on a Mac when you're learning.
Well, it depends what you're programming.
No, it's bullshit to learn on a Mac. Get a PC. Definitely do not fucking be running Linux if you're trying to learn how to program. It's just cumbersome.
Or just don't run Linux if you're trying to use a computer.
Right, yeah. Get on a Windows.
Because you know what I like doing on a computer? It's fudging around with the drivers for my mouse because it won't work. Linux.
But yeah, it's more cumbersome. Okay, Windows. Love or hate them, the one thing that they do well, if you're learning how to program, it's like, the tried and true keyboard shortcuts, like
Control C,
everything
Control
kind of
V.
works. Like the shell windows are fine. It's fucking DOS. It's good. It's good. Get on a Windows. Get Java Runtime Environment (JRE). Get BlueJ. Get those 3 things. Write your own programs. Try to do Hello World. Like just Google novel Java projects, something like that.
Yeah, and I think another way to really keep yourself motivated is if you come up with an idea for a simple program that you could actually use, and
Right.
not just as a, look, I made it, make a fart noise. But no, come up with something. Maybe you like Dungeons & Dragons. Come up with a dice rolling program.
Yeah.
Just so you get like a random number from 1 to 20, and then one that does 1 to 12, and so on.
And start compiling. The other thing I can say is start compiling a portfolio. any little project you do, just put in your portfolio. You can go through it later. Just make a folder on your desktop, call it Java Portfolio. And just all your projects, just save them in there. Save them. Like label them so you know what they are when you come back to them.
And don't keep it only on your computer's internal hard drive. That's gonna die.
Back it up.
Just please. Don't be like that.
But the last piece of advice I could give whoever the fuck this was it
PVCC Penny?
You are 18 lessons in now. I don't know what that means.
15 lessons.
What? Okay, 15 lessons
Yeah,
in. I don't know
very
what it
different than
means,
18.
but I assume that it means you at least have a rudimentary understanding of object-oriented programming and some of the basic command lines you need to write. If you know those two things, you can write like games, like Pac-Man. Yeah, you can. I would just start that. Try to write Pac-Man. You're not going to do it on the first time. It's going to take you a while. It might take you a few weeks to get it right and get it working and getting it looking the way you want it to look. But you can do that. That's a solid goal. If you have that in your portfolio, you're squared away. You're ready to keep learning Java, and you will learn a lot more doing things like that than using. I'm guessing Code Academy has got to be what you're using right now.
Probably that's a big one.
Yeah. So try that. Try to write your own program. Put yourself out there. Figure your shit out. Figure out how all these things that I've been talking about work, and go from there. And that's Rick's advice. Very
Just
serious
go from there.
advice because I'm currently doing this as well.
Rick's advice is just go from there.
Yeah.
Next question. Are you ready?
All right.
All right. This final question comes from the user Mouse Aim Leg.
Mouse aim leg.
All one word.
All right.
I don't know what that's about. Anyways, the topic is loving two people.
Oh,
Question
Jesus.
mark and exclamation.
I hope one of them is yourself.
No.
No. Turns out no.
Turns out no.
So it's really 3.
Yeah. It says here, so after a very wild year of ups and downs, I found myself with a bit of a situation. I'm going to sound like a complete asshole whichever way I try and word this, so I'll just go for it. Just go for it.
Do it.
I'm confused. I think I'm in love with two people at the same time.
Oh, God.
I've always had an odd relationship with an ex of mine, and I just figured that one day we would cement it and be that couple, like Ross and Rachel, if you get me. Is that a Friends reference, I think?
It is.
Yeah. But then I met my boyfriend, who is so different to the first guy in every way. And I feel things for him I never thought could rival my first relationship with number one. Like a relationship with P? That's what number one is, right? Moving on. So here's my question. Do you think it's actually possible to be in love with two people at the same time? I would just like to add that I would never cheat on my boyfriend, and I'm not looking for any reason to condone said actions. I just want to try and work out what my head is doing. That's a situation right there.
It is a situation. I think the guy you're currently with, you just have extreme guilt, not love for him. Because you would never have allowed yourself to get into a situation where you like somebody else or love somebody that much if you really cared about the person who you were already with. Like, if you're in a committed, loving relationship, you might start getting bored or whatever. You care enough about that person to, find a way to reinvest yourself into that relationship.
Yeah, or to keep yourself out of a situation where something like that
and
could
clearly
even happen.
you haven't done either of those. So, I don't think it makes you an asshole. It just makes you a person who, is in a relationship with someone they don't love currently.
So you're thinking that they should break it off with the current guy?
I think she should do
And
it
go
as
back with the
soon
old guy?
as possible and set that poor bastard who she's currently with free.
Set him free.
Yeah.
Just set him free.
Set him the fuck
And then
free.
maybe the next podcast we'll have a question about how that guy, this girl just broke up with him. Went back to her old ex, and he needs to know what to do, and we'll help him out.
Here's a PSA, public service announcement. If you are distraught enough that you are going to write about a relationship on an internet message board, break up with that person. You don't need to write. You don't even bother wasting your time. The time will be better spent with you going to your significant other and breaking up with them. Don't even bother typing the message.
Wow. Keeping it real.
It doesn't matter what the situation is. Circumstances do not matter. Just break up with them if that's what you're being driven to.
So don't ask random internet people what to do.
There should never be another question about a relationship on the internet. Break up.
Wow. You heard it here first.
It's always break up.
There should be no questions about relationships on the internet.
It should just break up.
Just break up.
That is always the answer if that's what you're being
What
driven
if what
to
if
do.
the question about the relationship on the internet is, let me think here, like, hey, I'm going to propose to my girlfriend. Should I get the ring that looks like this or that looks like this?
Well, that's
Break
about
up
a
with
ring,
her.
not a relationship.
Oh. So, I was like, well, clearly you're actually on the internet. Break up with her. I was like, wow. I don't know. I was trying to think of a way that it wouldn't fit, but I guess I didn't do it. All right, what about this? What if...
Okay, you're going to keep going. Okay.
I don't even know. Let's say you ask a question on the internet, and you say, hey, I want to ask this girl out. Should I do it, in this way or in this way?
Um...
What do you think? Is that allowed?
I guess, but then they're not in a relationship, right? Because he needs to ask her out still.
Oh, man.
I'm
what
right.
if-
I think this
what
is
if-
sound advice I've given.
No.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
What if you're already in the relationship with this girl, okay?
Okay.
And you go on the internet to ask this question.
Okay.
You say, hey, internet, I'm in the relationship with this girl, and I want to know if we should go out and see a movie first and then dinner, or go to dinner first and then a movie.
So you're asking how to plan a date, not about the relationship.
Damn it.
No, I'm right about this. Like, if you're gonna ask relationship advice, break up on the internet. Even not on the internet. If you're just gonna ask relationship advice in general from anybody else, like you can't come to solid conclusions about your relationship by yourself. Break up with
Wait,
that
what about
person.
this one? I got one more.
All right.
Let's say you've been out with this girl one time,
Okay.
and you're 14 years old.
Okay.
Okay, so it's your first ever girlfriend, and you went out on one date, and then you're planning the second date,
Sure.
and so you go on the internet and you ask this. You say, "Hey, I think this girl's really into me, but I don't know. Should I go for first base or second base?"
So you're asking how aggressive you should be sexually?
Yes. And remember, you're a 14-year-old kid, so you're very inexperienced, and so you need
So you're asking
advice.
for general sex advice.
No, that's not that. No, because it has to do with this specific relationship.
Okay, then I would probably say break up.
Oh wow.
Well, I mean, if you so what I was saying, like, it doesn't matter, internet. I'm going to revise it. Just in general, if you need to ask advice about your relationship, like you feel like you cannot proceed with this relationship unless you ask somebody about it. You need outside information from somebody who's not party to this relationship.
It's not you or the person
Right.
in the relationship with you.
If you need to ask, you need that. You're going to pursue that. Break up with the person.
I think I'm out of examples of how maybe not to do that. I think you may be right.
I'm pretty much right. I'm pretty much right.
Wow.
Now, that's not to say like you shouldn't do it, but that's my opinion.
Anyways, let's say this 14-year-old kid did come up to you. Would you say go for first base or second base?
I would say go all the way.
Oh, wow.
Home run.
It's 14, man.
Hey, don't hate the player.
Oh, no.
Hate the 14-year-old sausage. So
What
we've
the
been
hell,
IRL noobs, you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, that was a hell of a way to end it.
Happy 2014. We'll see you in
We
2015.
did it. We made it through this year. Well, almost. I think we'll make it the rest of the way.
Yep.
IRL Noobs, out.
Go with Christ.